Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome to the Rich Buddies live show, Talking Watches episode, Luxury Watch Talk. And I got Bud with me backstage. We just decided to talk a little bit about some watches tonight. What's up, Bud?
Hey, guys. Good evening. How's it going?
Good. Welcome to everybody on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. And, thanks for joining.
Hey, Sean.
Hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah,
what you got on, buddy? You know what I'm wearing.
Idea.
I don't change.
Yeah, well, and I wasn't either, but I had to get this fitted today. So it's, I'm telling you, this Jubilee makes this thing, this is a beast of a watch, but this, as you can see, this is not moving. This is not dropping. It's just sitting perfectly on my wrist. So
yeah, nice, solid, huh?
Yeah, nice things here. So, yeah, I love the way it fits. But like I told you last week or the week before, if this thing was solid gold, could you imagine what it would do to the day dates?
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, look at that thing, just sparkles, man.
Yeah.
With all the, it's got so many with the what do they call that bezel? The fluted bezel.
The fluted bezel, yeah.
And with all of the indices inside, it's got a lot of depth inside the dial. Gives it a lot of reflection.
Yep. That's amazing. It really is what a difference the Jubilee band can make as well, you know?
Yeah, so, yeah, it adds 1,000 more points of reflection.
Yeah, exactly. So it's it actually grabbed more attention today, the little bit that I wore it, you know, through the mall than anything else that I've wore for a while. So and I think that's maybe the size of the dial and it being champagne. You know, matching the watch, so it almost looks like a solid gold watch from a distance. You know. So
yeah, for sure.
That's
I dig it. Yeah, it seems like you're in love with that thing, man, for sure.
Yes, I am. I really like it. So actually, and I haven't even attempted to get the other one fitted, the Blue Sky, because this one just, you know, I just love this thing. So yeah, that's. Yeah, I know Detroit Spartan said he wasn't wild about the lugs and everything, but I just don't see any problems with it whatsoever.
Right. He didn't. Yeah, let's see that. He wasn't happy with the way the Jubilee bracelet integrates into the case, he said.
Yeah, and I find it to make it sit tighter. And
that it's not an issue, yeah.
Yeah, more flush. So, but everybody's got different wrists, so you never know what... everybody's got their own, you know, their own style.
Right. I mean, speaking of all-time favorite Rolexes, I mean, I've known you for, I don't know how long now, 3 years or something. from an outsider, looking at you, it's definitely that Skydweller. You've always been a Skydweller fan.
I've always been a Skydweller fan, but I mean, as far as like, I don't know, if I had to restart over again, I think the first watch that I would have to get would be the Hulk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love the Hulk.
Well, yeah, we know how you. You had to rebuy it again after you got rid of it.
I had to rebuy it, and it's one of them watches that once you get it, you want to keep it forever. So,
I'm with you on that one. I just can't seem to take this thing off my wrist. I don't want to wear any of my other watches. It's so weird.
Yeah, and I know that the GMTs are getting a lot of love right now. On the WhatsApp groups and everything, they're talking about the Batman and the Pepsi and stuff like that. Everybody's kind of into them things right now.
What do you mean?
They're getting more, I guess because also the Hulk and the Kermit are more money, so you can actually buy a Batgirl or a Batman for less than what you can buy the Kermits and the Hulks for.
Gosh, man, I don't. To me, I don't see them any easier to get, and it's just so crazy. I remember when all the hype was on the GMTs, when all the Batmans were coming out. Everybody was hoping a Coke was going to come out.
Right.
When remember how much there was huge hype on all the GMTs back then. Yeah. With the Pepsi, when the Pepsi finally did come out, it was pretty exciting. And
the Oyster bracelet just was kind of a letdown, to be honest with you, because but I guess it seemed to make the market stronger. I mean, it seems like it also had to, when it comes to the Pepsi with the black dial, it had to kill the white gold. Why would you get $40,000 for a white gold GMT with a black dial when you can get one for, 22, 23 on the secondhand market in steel,
So I know we touched on this once, and I've been not as hardcore into the watch scene as I used to be, but there really is a steel Pepsi. The Prophet picked one up. One up. There really is a steel Pepsi.
The steel Pepsi black dial. It's literally, you cannot tell the difference between that and the white gold.
Yeah, I mean, they don't usually do things like this, Rolex.
I mean, anybody out there, correct?
This came out of just left field, or what?
Well, they brought back the Batman too. So the Batman and the Pepsi both brought back Oyster links. So now there's a new Batman and there's a new Pepsi that supposedly are interchangeable with the Jubilee links. So you can switch back and forth.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend getting a watch from there, Robert. That's actually a Turno. That Rolex has just turned into a Turnos within the last year. That it doesn't say Turnos on it, Robert, but that piece of shit Rolex store there is now a Turnos. You don't ever want to buy a watch from Turnos.
They've got zero loyalty, right?
They're just shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, as far as buying a used watch from there, first of all, you'd have to be an idiot to buy one, because I used to go there to just look at watches and look at all the used watches and try them on just to burn their time, because they were so expensive. Their used watches were so far and above beyond, what Watchbox would be. What at the time it wasn't Watchbox, it was Watch You Want.
Right.
They were called Watch You Want with the rooster.
Oh, is that right? Okay, I didn't know that was them. Okay.
Yeah, and I even have reviews that I wrote from 3 years ago for that store. And I wrote on there, hey, it's a nice store and everybody's nice and all, but I guess you got to pay. You're in the high rent district because, your used watches are the price of new watches. I mean, just like stupid. It's just stupid.
Lucer is telling Robert that Morgan's Jewelers in SoCal is a good dealer. I don't know anything about them either, but
I don't either.
Anymore, I think you got to have somebody's name to walk into a. You got to have an in. You got to have somebody that they know to walk in and get.
Yeah, I mean, he at least, and I'm sure he has. Robert's put his name down on at AD's in Riverside or in his city or wherever he's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but
I mean, at least they see a local name on his address as opposed to somebody from out of town.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you just talk to them on the phone, Robert, they were just being nice to you on the phone just to get off the damn phone. Because when you're there in person, it's pretty much like fuck off.
Right.
Why are you even here asking?
Right.
Don't you even? You must not know shit about Rolex if you're asking for one. That's exactly how they. I mean, they kind of tell you that.
Well, and it's like James Kahn asked me here about the AP, and I was looking at a heavy hitter AP, but it was on the gray market, so I turned that down, James Kahn. But as far as the AP boutique that I dealt with, that I bought 3 watches off of, I haven't heard nothing from them in months. Called and talked to the manager, told her I was unhappy. She said she would, talk to the salesman. But so far, AP has become more difficult than Rolex, I find.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now it just seems like it's a dealer's world, and they're choosing who they want to go with. And although I'm starting to hear some stories. I'm hearing that they're supposed to be putting out more stock into their cases. I went by one today to get this fitted, and it was a Ben Bridge, and I know you like Ben Bridge, Rich. And they had one woman's size 31 watch in the case, and it was solid gold with diamonds all over it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're always nice in there, but they're not like a full boutique, so they very, very rarely get anything.
You know who's next to you, Robert? And they actually, they do have Rolex, but they're not supposed to have Rolex, so they have them in the back. So I don't know if they'll let you know the first time you go in if they have Rolex or not, because they're technically not supposed to have Rolex. But they're one of the biggest watch dealers around where we're at, Robert. Here, let me pull it up. I'll pull up some pictures of this joint. Right here. You ever been to these guys, Robert, on Pico? This is Feldmar. But you look at what they represent: Baume & Mercier, Bell & Ross, Mont Blanc, Tag Heuer, Omega, Breitling, Glashut, Ulysse Nardin, Gerard Perdot, Jacques Cadreau, Maurice Lacroix. They represent all these brands here at this one place. And but they do have Rolex, but they'll show it to you in the back. A Breguet, they even rep Breguet. Citizen, look at all the brand. Look at right here. What a store, huh? Look at that place.
It's a nice store. It's a big one.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else too, Robert? They're really good at Rolex repairs as well. The guy there used to work for Rolex in the repairs at Rolex.
There you go, Robert. Lou's offering to make an intro for you, so you guys should touch base.
But if you haven't been to this store, Robert, you should at least check it out. Go in there and check these guys out. You
have to get introduced by somebody anymore. It's like it's only the connected can do it. It seems like anymore, which is wrong, but that just seems like that's the problem. Seems like everybody's got a connection that actually gets in and gets something.
I've seen that Keystone website before. It's been a long time since I looked at it. That's they do have I remember that website from somewhere before. They have some pretty nice watches, don't they? I don't remember what that was about, but I do remember that. Beverly Hills, right?
Might not be a bad idea if you got a month to go till you get your bonus. Might not be a bad idea to get in there sooner and try and get something set up. It might take you a month to get something. I find Rolex to be really easy when it comes to, as far as like giving deposits. I had Omega asking me for the full amount of the watch in order to order something, and Rolex orders them with nothing, nothing down or 10% down. So I find them to be pretty good with that. But speaking of AP, I just happened to glance on EWC before I come on. And
Oh yeah.
have you seen the new the 15202? What it's at on EWC right now?
Oh my gosh, I haven't been on that site in a couple of months. I'm going to get upset.
They've got one there, and it's on hold already.
Oh my god.
And it's not even brand new, and it's 92.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
No way, bud. You're kidding me.
No, it's sitting there. I got an email tonight. So it was the first one I clicked on, and it was already on hold.
No way.
So it's crazy. So I don't know. It's one of them. It's one of them watches. I don't know. I don't know if it'll. But you're talking about Nautilus territory now. So do you get?
I mean, I'd rather buy this Rolex GMT with the Bakelite bezel than that AP. Something like that, That's crazy for the money.
It is. It's nuts.
Man. I mean, I don't think that's justified. I just don't even see that price even making sense. But okay,
I mean, that's right now. It seems like a lot of people's AP crazy in there. Is that a Tridor there? Yeah, I think it is. But
oh, you're right. Good eyes.
Yeah, right now.
Ladies Tridor.
Is that a ladies? Okay, yeah, it's got the diamonds all around it. So yeah, people seem to be just. And then a few guys have made videos saying that it's summertime and the summertime blues, and things will pick back up here pretty quick in a month or so.
Look at that one with the wood dial.
Yeah, I like that.
That is sick.
That new dial, the Ezekiel dial or something like that.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. Look, this is like Clive Wrangler's watch. Look at the case.
It's a what do they call it?
Well, I don't know. It says it's a 19018.
It's oyster quartz. Yeah.
Right. See how it's got that like AP case?
Yeah.
Interesting.
For 20 grand, is that what it is? 20?
Yeah.
It's not a bad. I guarantee you the Royal Oak beside it's a lot more. Probably the same size. But that ain't a bad looking Royal Oak.
Man, these are probably really old though and dated,
36. Yeah. What is this site? It almost looks like it's more of a.
This is that Keystone in Beverly Hills.
Oh, Keystone. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we looked on here one time before.
Holy crap, that's 375,000?
Wow. Must be all factory, huh?
Yeah, it's probably very rare too.
I did have my AD ask me if I was interested in any of them ruby sets. And I said, sure, just depending on which one it is,
Yeah.
If it's a Daytona or a GMT, I'd be glad to take a look at it.
Man, you see these old day dates right here with these
Yeah.
special dials. You couldn't pay people to take these off your hands, man.
No,
3
that's
years ago.
45.
Nobody would have wanted this fucking ugly ass marble 1980s piece of crap.
So that
Now
is
it's
a
45
36.
grand.
That is a 36, right? Yeah.
Come on, man. Nobody would have wanted an old day date that single quick set that's wood marquee marble, all of that crap. Nobody wanted any of that ox bloodstone. Now everybody's, you know what I mean? It's so crazy, right?
It's nuts. No, that's what I heard. They just can't keep anything gold in the shelf. They can't keep anything 36 and up. It's hard for them to keep it in the store. So, which is amazing.
Well, yeah, we're lucky we got into what we got into. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Look at this.
Sure.
This is pretty. Late 1990s Nautilus, 37 millimeter, 100 grand.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? Think about that. What somebody would have bought that for in the 1990s, and to think.
Would you rather give 100 grand for that or the newer one with the blue dial? Because that's about what they go.
But yeah, but this is the whole thing's white gold.
Oh, this is white gold.
Yeah, the bracelet too. That makes see how much prettier it looks. See how
right.
It's softer looking.
And it's 37 mil. Yeah, I tend to. That's kind of what I was telling you the other day about the one that I was looking at, the AP. It was all white gold, so I feel like the white gold's worth more than the steel for sure.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
down the road, I think it could be.
Was that chronograph all white gold, solid white gold?
Yep, that was solid white gold.
Shit.
They have a 4. That was a 38. Was the only thing with it, but you know how they wear big, so.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, did you think it was pretty?
Yeah, I loved it, but it was a very high ticket item. So
it was a very high ticket.
Here you go.
You'd have to get rid of it to another dealer, wouldn't you? If you sold it, if you decided you wanted to get out of it, would you have to get rid of it to another dealer? You personally?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you'd have to find.
And that's the thing I was saying, that the dealer that was offering it to you is one of the good people that you use to get out of stuff. So you don't want to get it from the guy you might want to get out with.
Right. I mean, I'm sure you'd bring it right back to him. I'm sure, and you'd probably lose. He's got to make money when he resells it. So
yeah.
But that's if the watch continues to take off,
Right.
And it was 100-piece limited, so I think it would have probably held, but it was a chance to take, and you know how I am, I wear them, so I would have scratched it up and everything. So,
man, the solid white gold Nautilus is pretty.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The other one was 135. This is 100 for a Nautilus in white gold. So I mean, this looks like a better deal.
Yeah. Interesting.
And I gotta think that's gonna be plenty big enough out of 37. It's got to be bigger than regular Rolex,
Right.
They've got some interesting pieces. I think we've looked at this place before. They've got a little bit older, interesting pieces.
I like the Patek World Time for sub 30,000. Great watch, sub $30,000, especially in this white gold piece. What a great timepiece. Look at that.
Yeah.
And something I'd like to mention. Growing up, I was into watches when I was a kid, I was into the World Casio time watches and all that stuff. And I was in particular into the international time and playing around with the international times.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, having a watch was all about knowing the time all over the world.
Right.
I remember that when I was a kid. So
Right.
Having an international dial watch, regardless of whether you're going to use it or not, it's kind of doesn't matter.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun.
It's the prestige.
Well, it's useful to you too if you're doing a lot of the YouTube,
Right. Yeah, because you can. Yeah, if you're doing a lot of YouTube, you can see who's awake and.
Mm-hmm. It would help actually a lot.
Lucer said it's nice, but you don't like the short hands.
Yeah, they're pretty short on this one in particular. Look at this though. We don't usually get a glance at this model reference in particular, where it's got a white background with the black print on that white background. It's so freaking legible.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever seen this one example before. Okay.
It's clean, yeah.
Super, isn't it?
Yeah, year 2000. So that's white gold, dial silver.
Yeah. That's what I've been missing from my collection is white metals,
Right.
white precious metals. I don't have any.
Right. And it's Patek makes a lot of killer older watches that could probably be got for a song.
37 millimeter too. This is a good one.
Yeah, that's a good size and everything.
This is always in my watch list, of something I might want to get one day.
Right.
This watch here.
I can see why. That's a nice one.
Do you have any world timers that you are fond of? Look, it's got the micro rotor too, bud.
Yeah. I really like the Omega World Timer. I mean, as far as just something that's affordable, that's you can, which, either that or I really love the Patek World Timer with the painted, with the painted dial. That's amazing.
Right, the painted world on there.
Yeah,
I like that you are into Omega. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Omega, that one's pretty, and that kind of reminds me of the Patek one, So it's kind of like a more reasonable version of it. But yeah, I've recently got into Omega. There's a new boutique there, so I've been dipping in and out of there. You may see me, if they wasn't asking me for all the money up front for one of them white gold Speedmasters.
Yeah.
If they take 10% down or whatever, I'd probably do it. I just hate to put all the money into it and wait 2 or 3 months for it, So I just don't feel like Omega's on that level yet where they should be asking you for all the money.
Right. Now, you know what? This is a Patrizzi dial, but in my opinion, it's too much. I don't like it. I wouldn't buy this one for a Patrizzi dial. Look how the patina came out very dark.
Mm-hmm.
Too dark.
Yeah, it's almost disappeared in there.
Yeah.
Original
ugly.
Warranty paper, 1994. So it's probably. I'm gonna guess it's been polished, huh? Looks like it has.
I just don't dig that patina.
It's a neat site. I like the site though.
Yeah, he has some nice watches. They have some nice watches. Thanks, James, for bringing this up. Look at this AP. What the heck?
That's the concept.
You've seen this?
Well, I've seen the concepts. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that one exactly. Yeah. They're huge. They are completely.
Yeah, what the heck is that?
Yeah, I think James told me about this site because of that dial right there, that yellow gold Royal Oak with that dial. I think I've seen that before on here. I love that gray with the gold. I think that's beautiful.
that Patek Philippe's that I wanted. The person went through and bought it, so I couldn't get it.
Yeah, that's one right there, right? That's a
Similar, but no, it's different.
it's an older version,
Something
right?
else, yeah.
Have you seen the price of these Explorers lately?
That's a nice one right here, but 21,000.
Yeah, that's the 36, but the 39s are reselling for 12 on, and that's a 1016 too. So that's why it's.
Mm-hmm.
So that's.
I haven't worn my 1016 in a long time. Maybe that's something I got to pull out.
This one has no notable signs of wear, so that's a. Yeah,
You know what watches are hot and they're discontinued? My 5196 Patek is discontinued.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. There's the new Calatrava now. There's the new Calatrava Patek has.
Right.
They don't make the 5196 anymore. So, you'd have to figure the 5196 is probably going to go up a hell of a lot in price because that's like their baddest ass watch, you know?
Yeah, it was. It was James Conn that told me about the Keystone here with that AP.
Wow, look at this one right here. Wow, that is a stunner. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. 55 grand. That is a deal. Whoa. That is absolutely amazing looking. That picture didn't really do it justice right there. Here, right here. Look at this picture. Oh, it's hard to tell on the quality, my screen versus seeing it, but it is pretty good.
That's a salmon dial too, and I think it's actually got some texture to it.
A lot of texture to it, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good find there.
Wow, tourbillon for an AP tourbillon for 55,000. A nice looking one too, you know.
Just goes to show you, yeah, if you look at the right places. And that California seems to have, a lot of these type like that. I know that Daytona is a popular one. That's that.
I'm looking at it. That's weird.
Well, it's that. It's one of them summer. It's well, for one, it's got the baguettes all the way around it.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Who's got one? Somebody's got one right now. That's got the yellow gold, and it's got the baguettes around it. It's like 125. I think it's Roman that's got it. But yeah, they're very hard to find, them ones. But they're also like a small customer base as well. You know?
Yeah. Oh, this is what I like right here. A first series 3940. And it's a first series. Oh, this ain't bad.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, I don't like the
looks like it's beat up pretty good. Yeah.
It's not in good condition.
No, it's for more.
All that ugly patina around the edges.
Sort of light
dials.
Sort of light as that Daytona we was just looking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that one's had some good wear to it.
Yeah.
But it's a nice watch.
They got man. It looks like they're not afraid of buying watches from people. Like they took a chance on buying this from somebody. This is a Ulysse Nardin minute repeater. Wow.
This is a popular Ulysse Nardin though. This is one of their ones that's more popular.
Look at this. So
it's got an alarm on it. Yeah.
Yeah. When you trigger the minute repeater with the switch there at 9 o'clock, the guys will hammer the bells with their hammers. They'll ring the bells with their hammers there they'll actually move and hit it.
Yeah.
That is pretty amazing.
And that's, I guarantee you, I think that's over $100,000.
Yeah, it says 155.
Yeah. So I've seen Roman have a couple of them. They're pretty popular.
Wow, look at that thing.
Hey Evan, how you doing, man?
That's one hell of a watch.
Yeah, that's. I think that's one of the, as far as Ulysses Nardin goes, I think that's one of the grail pieces if you was into them.
Right. Yeah, you're right. That's a famous piece.
Mm-hmm. That's what you want from Ulysses Nardin.
Mm-hmm. Neat.
And I've seen that in like the gold, and the little men are gold, so they stick out a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of a collection do you have before you get to the level where you buy one of these?
I think you have everything modern that you've ever wanted, and then you get kind of bored of that, and then you start to get into this kind of stuff because there's nothing else to get.
You just want to one-up people with crazy shit.
You just want to have something that's completely blowing people's minds.
Like there's the Freak, they make the Freak watch.
Right.
Which is pretty freaky, but this is like a whole new level of freaky.
Right.
By 10x the price,
And if you know the Freak, then you definitely know this one, So,
right. I would feel like you would at least have the Freak in your collection before you made a move on this.
Yeah, you'd have to. Yeah. Definitely. And I honestly, I'd go back to that AP Turbion before I'd probably get that, So I'd probably, I think that's money better spent.
Recently sold watches.
Oh, these are into recently.
Yeah, man, that's kind of interesting. I like the texture of this old watch right here. Look at the texture of this thing.
Yeah, that's the what do they call it? Sultan of Oman.
Yeah.
That's an
Man, this thing probably has some history, huh?
Yeah, wow.
I like that worn look it has,
1970s, boy. I didn't even know they made 38.5 in 1970 for IWC. It's got the diamonds.
That belonged to some Arab warlord, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder how many people got killed. I mean,
Saddam Hussein or somebody owned that watch.
Yeah, how many people he killed wearing that watch?
Look at that solid construction.
Yep.
Look at that case back.
Could you imagine?
Definitely waterproof.
How much to service that right now?
Look what that looks like. The crafting on that. How much? I wonder how much they paid for this thing, man. It's obviously worn, but it's more like a historical piece. Extremely rare, it says. Was made for the Sultan of Oman and bears the Khanjar symbol. Interesting. I like these kind of watches.
Yeah.
This is their recently sold. So let's see what people bought.
They've got a nice a Lang right there at the top beside a platinum one that's been sold.
Oh yeah, nice,
right there. Yeah.
Nice one. The Darth. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
And look at this, a Tiffany dial 5170, I think. 5170 or 5270.
Yep.
Amazing.
And then the Vacheron there.
That's stunning.
That's a neat Vacheron there. See, there it is.
The bathroom scale Vacheron.
Yeah.
It is kind of neat though.
It does look like a bathroom scale.
It is pretty cool. It is the neat one though,
Yeah.
Of the jumping no, what is that called?
The jump a minute repeated. What is it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Jump minute, jump hour?
Jump hour. See, now if it was me buying a world timer, I would probably go for this one.
Yeah, look at that rose gold in the hands makes up for how small they are. You can see them much clearer.
Yeah, makes it a little bit more presence to it.
Yeah, that's a good looking watch. And the background is
It's 37,
cream.
so that's the same. That's the same size.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, bud. That's a nice watch.
That's a nice watch, yeah. And I think you can still buy these at Patek, right? Maybe not, these exact
Yeah.
ones.
Which reference number? The 5.2.
Right.
1.0 or 5.2, whatever the heck it is. Yeah. So just a little bit different. Now it's got the circles, those giant circles for the hour hand
Mm-hmm.
and the minute hand. I don't know if you like that or
Right.
not. I'm not sure if I like it or not, to be honest.
I don't know if it would stop me if I found the one I wanted. I don't know that would stop me, but yeah,
True.
I'm not a super fan of it, but at the same time, I don't think it would stop me.
Right. Same here. Same here. I don't know if it would stop me either. I'd have to think about it. Now I do like that paddock in the middle there.
Yeah.
That annual calendar, all that stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's like the 5396R it's similar with the.
Because it's similar to my 5196. I love the case design, that simple case design. This is a leap year one too. See how it's got the leap year quadrant?
Right.
The leap year indicator, I mean, one
right.
Roman numeral 2. Oh, that is such an OG watch right there. That is such an OG watch. Look at that, 1983. Man, that was probably a great deal. Oh, that was probably a great deal right there. That's a nice piece, bud.
Yeah, that is a nice piece. Lucer said about that Omar piece that you wear the Cardio Santos sunglasses with that piece. That would be funny.
And a big cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, bud! This piece would have been like freaking amazing to get.
And I bet you it was a lot cheaper than what they're going for today.
I know. Because the reason I'm thinking was probably a really fair price because it's 1983.
Right. Fantastic original condition with clear, deep hallmarks. So yeah, that was a good watch.
That would have been a great watch to pick up right here.
Somebody didn't wear. They didn't wear that very often. Never had it. They took care of it.
And it doesn't have papers, but it has the extract. But that would have even made it a better deal. It would have made it a better deal.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this guy. You know what? As a matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a note of this reference.
Bookmark him. Yeah, I'm gonna bookmark him because James.
This is a paddock.
About this guy. Yeah.
This is a paddock I might want one day.
Yeah.
3450. Heck yeah, man. That's a good watch. That's a watch I'd wear every day.
Yep. That'd be nice. Yeah,
wow.
Guys, this is just a precursor. We're gonna have a better show tomorrow night, and I'll show you guys my new watch coming in.
Yeah. I gotta let Bud go. I know you gotta scram, right?
Well, I got a couple of minutes, but I just
let me know. As soon as you're ready to go, just say you gotta head on out, and we'll do it. Ooh, this was really cool though. I found something that I'm gonna want.
Yeah.
That's a paddock I'm gonna want for sure one day. What's pretty neat? What?
That pink dial tourbillon. I wonder what that one for.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, it's a real pink dial. It's not like the.
That looks like something F. Pigeon would make. That's interesting watch. I've never seen anything like this from AP before, to be honest. Oh, I lost Bud. Maybe we're going to cut out earlier than he thought. Okay. I'm going to just take a look at, I'm going to go a little longer myself. Let's take a look at what we're looking at here. Man, remember when I used to do all these Watch Talk solo episodes and I used to go on here and talk about watches and ramble on for 3 hours? I'll tell you what, man, I'm feeling that coming back. I'm feeling it coming back. And when I get my FP Journe, it's on. It's on. Look. Now I'm going to go back to this watch. I want this. Ooh, I want this. .37.5 millimeter. I mean, my 5196 is 37. It's perfect. Oh man, I love this watch. How much could this have gone for? Let's think a second. 1983. If you comp it to a 3940, which is a significantly, I don't want to say better watch, but I want to say different watch, 48,000, I would say this one would have to be a lot less. This would probably come in at $38,000, which would be a really great deal, you know? I mean, that isn't much more than a simple time 5196 if it would have been that much. I'm going to definitely keep my eyes open for something like this again in the future. And I prefer the closed case back. You guys know that because it gives the extra weight. It gives the extra weight. I'll bet you the watch originally came with sapphire replaceable case back, but that probably got lost. But this was actually a really good example. I mean, if you look at from these pictures anyway, the edges on the lugs are just remarkable. Like Bud said, it was hardly worn.
It's 10 o'clock.
Looks hardly worn. Someone scored on that watch. What a beautiful, beautiful watch that was. This is pretty amazing. That's absolutely stunningly beautiful right here. Wow. Look at that. I would sport that. I would have no issue sporting that watch. That's very much a man's watch because of that green inlay. What is that, jade? Or that's just, I love how it says date. How it says, has a marquee that says date. 36 millimeter. Wow, I wonder how much that went for. Oh man, this is pretty neat. That's actually quite stunning. Wow, if that was an attractive price, I would have had a hard time passing up both of these watches, to be honest. That one, that Rolex Day-Date is equally as good as this Patek. Actually, that probably would have gone for that Day-Date over the Patek. Wow, that's green enamel dial. Truly a collector's piece. I wonder how long ago these sold. Oh, Bud's battery died. No problem, man. It's all good. That's a hell of a watch. One of these days when I'm a little bit more serious, maybe I'll give this chap a call or a visit and ask him what a couple of these things ran through his fingers at. I would have loved to pick up something like that date. Wow. Wow, look at that 6241. I bet you these are things he's had in the past that he sold, not just recently, but like all time. Because I doubt all this good stuff just passed through his hands just recently. So, pretty cool. Lapis style. The Miles I love. I love Miles. All right. Oh, there's the 5320 that I so love too. Holy smokes, look at that watch. That is a hell of a watch right there. That's one of my favorites. That watch is about 75,000. And it's truly spectacular, isn't it? I can really see myself getting down at just 3 watches. Now that I just only wear my Hulk and nothing but my Hulk, so help me God, that's all I wear is my Hulk. I don't wear anything but my Hulk. And it's just a matter of one of those things that I don't want to just get rid of my watches, you know? But if I was to get something like this and, trade some out for something like this, then it'd be nice to have a Hulk and a couple of other watches that are just super special like this one, rather than a whole bunch of watches. I can see that happening now. And then there's watches you always say you'll never get rid of. Like, I'll never get rid of my Daytona. So Daytona, yeah. All right. Maybe we'll do a show tomorrow. If Bud's available, I'm available. So we'll try to post it ahead of schedule more than normal. We'll try to give a couple of hours notice. All right. Thank you very much, and enjoy your watches, and be well. And I'm looking for the exit video. Thank you. Good evening.